Well, Mercy from the Lord log. Today is the 22nd, March 2017, 6:38 p.m. Anyway, it's Wednesday, and last Friday, which was the 17th, I sent out a package, FedEx, and I just have to remind myself about how things work and how they don't work. They don't work with an attitude. And I was about to say, it's hard not to get one, but it's only hard if you're carnal and faithless. It's easy if you have faith and you're not so carnal. You have more of the mind of God, which is definitely what I need. So we send a package out. Blessed to go over there last Friday and get it all measured out. Turns out today they call me without leaving a message, mind you. 5 days later, I got to call them back just to find out, hey, we didn't send the package, and you know what? We ain't sending it. As a matter of fact, you need to send it another way. Send it by freight because it's too big. I said, well, why did you tell me all that then? He measured everything, told me what the price was, told me to go out that day or by the next day. I'm sorry. We can't do anything about it. You got to call. I said, well, can't you call? No, you can't. Well, can't you? No, we can't. Well, it's freight, FedEx? Yes, it is. Well, why can't you? Because we don't deal with freight. But you are FedEx? Yes, but that's a different department. I mean, unbelievable answers back. You can call customer services if you want. Well, what is their number? Well, you can call them. I will say, can you connect me? Well, let me see. I'll connect you. It's just nobody takes responsibility for anything. And so I'm just beside myself because this package has to be in Canada and it's not. And I can't receive any funds if they don't receive that, and you get these black marks on your account, your eBay account, in sending goods and services out to customers who promptly pay through eBay to get the product. And so now I'm in jeopardy of this, and the customer doesn't have its product, of which I marked shipped to the customer last Friday, which still not out 5 days later. Hasn't gone anywhere from where it was taken. And so, in calling these, I like this person, he always calls it customer non-service. And so you call customer non-service, and they don't care either. And they ask you a bunch of questions, silly questions, and they say, oh, well, we'll see what we can do. And I mean, it's nothing that they can do. They don't want to do anything. They want you to do it. They called me back later, and about an hour or something later, and said, well, you have to go over there and re-sign some more paperwork and have it shipped out by freight. But it'd be better if you pick it up and actually take it to freight. The package is 6 feet long, 2-something feet wide, and they need me to take it somewhere else. After 5 days of holding the package and not contacting me and not doing anything about it. And they're not going to pay for anything. Very, very disturbing. After all of that, I tell them, I said, this is incredible. It's like a Twilight Zone. I say to them, since they're FedEx, you remember this movie, Castaway, when the actor Tom Hanks is saying, we should never commit the sin of time. This is FedEx motto. And here you're doing it, and you're making the customer jump through all the hoops, and you're not doing anything nor taking any responsibility. Unfortunately, I got a real bad attitude. Where is the Lord at? I say, Lord, here you blessed me last week. I think everything is fine. And then 5 days later, it ain't fine. You feel, it's like going It's not that severe. But I can use it as an example in regards to Moses because I use that with the Lord. You know, God said you can go and you'll do this to the Pharaoh, you'll tell him, and, eventually he'll let go of the people. You haven't let go of your people at all, he said. Of course, it didn't happen. The hardship got worse. And you never think that that's going to take place. But yet it is. God, have mercy. I'm crying out to God. I got a bad attitude with the Lord as well. It's no good when you have a bad attitude with the Lord because the Lord is the only one who could help. But I have gone through this. I'm 53. Probably 53 times. I was going to say a month, but at least a year. And God never fails, ever. Anyway, I'm mad. I'm upset. They're upset with me. I'm trying to help you, sir. I'm trying to help you. Listen, I apologize for my attitude, but this is foul. You guys not taking responsibility for anything. So the package is supposed to be $200 and something originally on Friday, last week, the 17th. And they're supposed to bill me because they're supposed to bill me with this account, all right? This new account that I set up with FedEx. And so I don't have to pay the money right away. Now that I have to go over and sign new papers, new documents, and get it all signed and sent out over there, they want me to talk to Freight. Okay, they're not going to call, they called Freight for me. Actually, they wanted me to do all of that, call Freight, take it to Freight and everything else like that. I said, at least, can you guys do something? Can you at least call them? And, so they call him. And I get on the phone with him, and he says, well, here are the dimensions, and this is what it's going to be, about $500. Actually, it was over $500, and he gave me 60% off. So it was a lot more than that, actually. 60% off, probably close to $700 something just to ship this package. And I charged $700 for it. So I'm just paying the shipping back and forth, and then I got to wait for that money to come back. And not only that, you have to pay right on the spot for this freight. Because apparently the account that I set up on Friday is no longer valid now. So now they want me to pay this money right up front. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And so I've already prayed to the Lord before I went over there, and I'm standing there. I know I'm about to blow a gasket. And so I say, let me be sweet, let me be sweet, let me be sweet. And talking to the lady as well as to the Lord at the same time. And I say, listen, you know what? The guy told me it's going to be $200 something. That's including repackaging it because they had to repack it because they didn't like the original package that it was in. It had dents and stuff like that. So, well, we're going to charge you $60 extra for the box. What? How much? And then she wants to charge me even more for the box now that it's going freight, including the freight. And so I'm like, come on, guys. Something's got to be done. I'll tell you what, I'll pay the original $200 something. You guys got to do something. Well, you have to pay that now. And she goes back and I'm on the line with the freight person, and I hand the phone to her to talk to the freight guy. Anyway, the Lord shows up. Here's my problem, though. He's always been there, and in the light of everything, and despite of it happening 53 times a month or 53 times a year, I never learn. And so I need to make a message here for myself so I can remember. And I have messages like this. I've sent them out to other people. But may the Lord bless me to keep this faithful understanding, because you already know what happened. Yes, the lady came back. She said, listen, the dimensions were wrong. The guy who measured it, he measured it the wrong way. I understand what the problem is. Instead of sending it freight, we're going to send it out because the dimensions that he put down were incorrect in the first place, and we're just going to ship it. As a matter of fact, You're not going to have to pay anything. Here's my card. I'm the manager. I'll contact you tomorrow, give you the appropriate numbers of when it went out, your tracking information, so you can give it to your client. Now, of course, I run over to her and I hug her. She don't want to hug me because I've already, shown my true unfaithful colors. But she hugs me. Of course, I asked her to marry me. She said, well, other people around, I think she was going to say yes. The problem is me. And the one who said yes was the Lord. He gave me his grace once again, whether it was 53 times a year or 53 times a month or 53 times a day, for every year that I've been alive, which is 53. I've just been blessed like this over and over again, and I never learned that it's always a test. Everything is a test, and you either pass or you fail. But of course, if you fail, it's miserable. You're grieving the Holy Spirit. And not only that, like Nathan told David when he sinned against God in regards to Uriah the Hittite, he said, you have made the enemies of God show utter contempt. Because they're pointing the finger saying, that's going to be some kind of ruler or leader, or people are supposed to follow him. He's the one you're calling. This faithless piece of, and whatever word they would call afterwards, that's exactly what I've been. And so trying to hold back the tears, I thanked her and left out. But bless me to not leave this victory that the Lord has given me dormant somewhere in the back of my mind. And the Lord bless me to remember and retain it. It's always a test. It doesn't matter what. And the Lord is always there. Your faith has to be either genuine or it's fake. And it's proved by your actions. And I failed the test. And God's mercy came through for me. Praise, thanks, glory, and honor belongs to the Lord. May the Lord forgive my sins and my hidden sins and my lack of faith these 53 years. Bless today to be the final day of my folly. Thank you.